Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you're doing well and staying safe out there. We're back with some more Disco Elysium. I've got Detective Dot with me this morning. She's going to help me solve the case. How's it going, sub? Great to see you. I'm excited to see where this story is heading next, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's go, Streamlabs. Let's grab that game, huh? There we go. How are you doing, sub? You're working from home now, right? Starting this week? Like full time? I forget where I am. Help me remember that. You weren't here. You don't remember. Yeah, but I'm working student, so I only work twice per week. Okay. Still, though, 2 full days, yeah. Oh, that's right. We were going after the guy that was on the balcony. Firing squad for the rich. Foreclosed by Martinet Realty Associates. A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. Rub your sides for warmth. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to -20 Celsius. Her face is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression. The plan, faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a 3-legged stool in the middle of the room. She had an eye for beauty. I was wondering if, like, the actual pencil was there for us to get. So can I walk in there? Yeah, you can go right through the hole in the wall. Old grocery list. Alright, take all that stuff. Was this unlocked even? Wait, oh wait, no, go back. What happened here? You can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall? This looks so sad. Put your emotions aside. Try to focus on abstract, impersonal things. You can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall. It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here. There's always a little something in the fridge. Indeed. Alright, so she won't talk to us. We're supposed to ask around for this guy's apartment number? Is that a postcard? Mine now. Door number 9 is locked. Whoa, that was a good amount of money there. Free shoes? Nope, but 1 cent in the shoes, I guess. Was drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall. Alright. Next day working from home will be on Wednesday? Okay. So are you doing online classes then now too? Anybody home? You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. This time the steps come closer. Who is this? Demands a female voice, wary and tense. This is the police. Open up. Do I have to open the door? You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge. You have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant. Let's go, the lieutenant says. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment. It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason. Well, I don't know which one he is. I was supposed to ask around. That's what I was trying to do. I just wanted to ask her where that dude might be. Class stopped until April 20. What happens after that I don't know yet, but I think it will be digital classes. Probably streams or VODs. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty crazy time. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says 11. The solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Whoa, whoops. Better whip out those cutters, you won't get very far otherwise. 3%, because I don't have the tool on me. Is that the right door, though? Oops, that was the wrong... That's the one. That might not be the right place. Let's try knocking first. No reply. Alright. Let's continue. Whoops. No! Leave. Let's continue on and see what we can find first before breaking and entering, you know. The auditor, additional logic. I'm pretty good on logic though. Cleaning chemicals. Eviction notices and missing pets. An old shoe rack, boots, sneakers, and old slippers. Can I open this door? I can't open this door. Oh, it's like a public bathroom. Moss crawls on the bathroom tiles. Ew. These shower curtains are covered in some sort of slime. Oh yeah. You know that stuff. Alright, let's check out this door. Apartment 12, a loud rumbling snore comes from within. The snoring is scary somehow. You should leave. These shoes come in 3 different sizes. The snoring is scary? Wait, hold on. Is this the balcony that overlooks the yard where the guy got murdered? Well, where he was hung. That's not where he was shot. Right, Miss Dot Dot? Someone is watching from there. Full of cigarette butts and electric wires. I think this is the overlook. I think that's the door that we couldn't get into. Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. What is this? Where does this go? Wait, what is this? Free money is what it is. So is this where that guy lived? I'm gonna check these others first. Number 28, a door to be remembered. This is the door to 29. 30. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. Voices from within singing along to some buoyant dance track. So this is a door to be remembered, huh? Because of the sign above it? 28. Okay. See what happens here. Locked? So does that mean... What was it? Oh, I'm holding the pry bar. So the pry bar won't open that door. Okay. Alright. Oh, more stuff. Go inside. Alright, we're gonna try breaking into that other apartment, I guess? Probably a bad idea, but you can always save it. Wait, what was that? That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words. The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mazov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure. Why is it upside down? To symbolize the toppling of the old order. Also, some social democrats were already using it. What's the deal with the antlers? The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it. Why white? Because white is the color of peace. What does it evoke in me? Nothing at all yet. Right now it's just meaningless shapes on a wall. Dot, what are you doing? Oh, that's fine. You can sleep in the chair. Enjoy your nap, Dot Dot. Okay, so let's switch out the pry bar for the bolt cutters, or chain cutters. What do we got now? 58%? Here we go! Oh, failed the first check of the day. That's not a good sign, guys. Oh, I should save after switching out the tool. So I don't have to do that every time. But hopefully we get it this time, because that's a pretty high percentage check. Nope. I really don't like these percentage things. Bum, bum, bum. 58%. 3 in a row. There's a 12% chance of missing all 3 of those. 12.5% about. Even less, actually. Good lord. Now we're down to like 6.25 that we missed all 4 of these. Finally, Jesus. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now. After you, detective. Indeed. A flamboyant poster of a white star, real lithography. Books of critical theory on the monstrosities of capital and such. Photos of revolutionaries posing with guns. Revolutionaries love to pose with their guns, right? Bust of Kraz Mazov? A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Krasmazov. Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and theoretical historian. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the turn-of-the-century revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism. Why does this tenant have a bust of Krasmazov in their bedroom? The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. He looks around before mumbling to himself. How fitting. Alright. A 9mm bullet? Can I close that? Okay. So is there an interior stairway up? Go out the front balcony. I don't think I saw this apartment on my playthrough. It's crazy how different everyone's is going to be. It's pretty wide open-ended in terms of where you go and when, who you talk to. Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbor until it happened. A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline, fired from the water. A straight shot into Revachol. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling, until it was destroyed and they had a direct firing line. The waves of the Martinet Inlet roll over the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters obscure the better part of the remains. This is where the damage came from somewhere in the inlet, the cannons. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean. Those arches acted as support for something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt. Underwater, iron helmets have sunk deep into the sand and the mud. Helmets of soldiers, and their finger bones too, and clavicles, littering the ocean floor. Who did this damage? A fleet, the combined armies of Occident and Grad, with Mesk volunteers, a 5-nation army, hundreds of vessels. They massed airships further down in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful the ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow on the water, far in the northeast. Cannons still ready to placate Revachol. Coalition warship Archer can shoot 50 shells a minute on 20 co-aligned arches. They will reach the city in 58 seconds. Hey Kim, do you know who shelled our city? The Coalition, says the lieutenant, but that was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here. He fears the discussion might lead to disagreements, as it often does. Oh, it's the girl. So this is where we came out. So there's another door back in? Can I go in up here? This looks chain locked. The lock is rusty, you can't get in. The chair's new, someone lives back here. I wonder if it's her? Let me see where this door goes. It's probably just the other end of the hall. Wait, what? Alright. What is this place? Maybe she lives here. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Does she live in here? Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. 100 tiny feet scurrying beneath the grate. The rats of the city. Hey, we got some free pants. And some money. Nothing else in here, huh? Alright. I'll take the money, though. Let's talk to Cindy. Maybe she can tell us how to get to, like, apartment 28? Unless that was the one that I went inside. But it shouldn't be, because those were all single digit, like first floor ones.
Ooh, the piggies have learnt how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves, but here you are.
You're in trouble now, little lady. That's right, we've evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
Thanks. That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil. Is that heavy fuel oil? He studies the contents of Cindy's bucket. Red dyed heavy fuel oil intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise. What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself back in Jamrock. If we take it, we're not going to get any cooperation from her. Can I use these now? Looks like it. Okay. Some clever cultural commentary. You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo. Is that bed in the coal room yours? Ooh, not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner. She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal. It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do. It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. She looks at the paint dripping down the wall. Like me, right now I'm doing nothing at all. The inspiration will come to her once hell is set loose on the streets. It's too calm right now. Don't you have a real home? Does anyone in a city like this? She replies wistfully, looking around. Cool. I have other questions. See you later. So she can't get us where we need to go. Go back inside. Because this is number... This is number 9. I can't read the things anymore? Shit. So it makes me think we're on the wrong floor. And that we want to go up a floor. But there doesn't seem to be an interior staircase, weirdly enough. That's a bathroom. We can't go up. Oh, that's not a ladder, that's just pipes. Can I talk to her now? Oh, I can, good. Should have saved it, though.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
Coal never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief. This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do, not in this damp. Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine, fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
What you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence. I'm looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony. Yes, yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right? She looks at the other end of the hallway. Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower. What's he in trouble for? No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives? Talk. The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath. What was so funny about that? He lives upstairs in room number 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. She points east. He's usually home in the evening. Thank you. He turns to you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony, see if he's home. I have a few questions about those apartments. Ask away, policeman. Well, let's just find out as much as we can about this place. You know who lived in the foreclosed apartment? The hell am I supposed to know? The cleaning lady shrugs, her mouth puckered like a dried fig. Another nut job, I assume. She really doesn't like those nut jobs. Bad blood there. Why is there a hole in the wall in the abandoned apartment? Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls. Is one of the residents on vacation? Their mailbox is full. People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone. They probably just moved, or died, hopefully somewhere else. Who lives in apartment 10? No one lives there. It's been empty for months. But I talked to someone through the door. Impossible, the cleaning lady says, shaking her head. I would know if someone had moved in there. She pauses, eyeing the hallway. Maybe it's those counterculture people again, breaking into our house like it's a public space. You're a policeman. Be good and take a look, will you? Sure, I'll go see what I can find. Great. Young people, they're worse than rats, you know. Always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans. Who lives behind the padlocked door? Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. Suddenly, the old lady's face is beaming. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study. Astrology? Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. You mean the star and antlers? I think that's the symbol of communism. The symbol of what now? Interesting. Just straight up not get into it with her. Communism, it's a political ideology. Ah, the cleaning lady says, leaning on her broom. All I know about politics is that it has brought us no more harm than good. What can you tell me about Cindy? The artist? She scoffs. Nothing I can do about her. I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leans on her broom. She leaves an old lady to her business, more than I can say for others. That's all, thanks. She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief. So you aren't supposed to be here. This apartment is supposed to be empty. Did you break in here? Excuse me? Of course not. Scare them. Suspected of some big crime. You have plenty of reason to enter. I don't need a warrant if I suspect there's been a break-in. Oh, come on! There's a pause before you hear the door being unlocked. Well, that was easy. That was smart, the lieutenant says, nodding toward the unlocked door. Alright, what's going on? He's in a suit? Looks like a fine mattress? Don't be ridiculous. You can hear it swarming with bugs. A blister pack of medicine peeks out of the box. You should take it. To indirect modes of taxation? What? Alright. Who are you and why are you here? Real estate agent? Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier and I'm an agent with Montenay Realty Associates. I'm not breaking in as I have every right to be here. The keys, see? She jingles a set of keys in her hand. You want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too? She fumbles through her purse, fishing out a light, paper-clad passport. Sure, I'll take a look. It feels flimsy in hand with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with shorter hair inside, along with all her personal details. Everything seems to be in order. Thank you. She slips the passport back into her purse. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour. What are you doing here? She sighs and looks around. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. Reprehensible. Who lived here? It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent. She stops hesitating. But that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry. Who lived in the foreclosed apartment down the hallway? Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3! We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen, but Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door, and there's a hole in the wall. So preppy. She's probably on some low-grade performance enhancers, like Preptide or Paracanine. A hole in the wall, can you believe it? She spreads her hands. And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone, just like that. She snaps her fingers. The sum must have been puny. Couldn't have been that much money. These apartments look pretty shabby. These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a $1,000,000 view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinet has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives and those radio computer wizards. So wait, what happened with the wall? Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. She's still shaking her head, manicured hands now crossed over the chest. Thank you, that's all. Of course, she replies with a smile, but her eyes remain glazed over. She's been waiting for you to leave. So I can't ask her about room 28 and getting in there? And a bunch of clothes. Our reaction speed is already pretty low. Let's check. Now it's down to just -1. What do these gloves do? Electrochemistry. Suggestion, half-light. That's the jacket. I like this jacket though. Try and get some better bonuses going on here. 'Cause I haven't really been paying that much attention. We'll leave that alone, we'll leave that alone. Yeah. I would rather have... Oh, wait. We already did the initial savoir-faire check. Let's keep those. Uh-oh. Okay, there it goes. Hit half line on there. Don't care about that. Yeah, visualization, nah. Although, oh no, that's fine. Okay. And these glasses are visual calculus. Do we want logic or visual calculus? Both are 6s right now. With what we have on. So we should leave what we have with the logic. Okay. Although, how much drama is what? 5? And authority's at 1. I think we'd like to have some, or whoops, wrong one. Let's switch them. We need all the authority we can get, I think. I don't really care much about drama. Okay. The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously expensive shoes on your tired feet? Oops, it's a fashion faux pas. Discard the thought and the shoes? You're right, beautiful things do make people happy. Beautiful things give you a rush. It's power, crafting your style, draping your flesh in silk and leather, deciding how to present yourself to the world. Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, wearing these shoes has made you more liberal. Ultra liberal. They're either a gateway drug or a booster pack to get you deeper into free market ideology. What? Alright. Sure thing, buddy. Let's see if we can't find the door now. Oh wait, no. Talk to the cleaning lady and let her know it was just the real estate agent. Save after we did all that inventory stuff.
Give me a moment.
The cleaning lady still seems to have difficulty breathing. I didn't find any counterculture people in apartment 10. It was just a real estate agent setting up the room for new tenants. I see. She takes out her handkerchief and wipes her nose. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Yes, radio computer wizards are coming. They're gonna save the place, and the economy. Oh, I do like wizards, she agrees wholeheartedly, and people like that in general. They have a lot to tell us about our fates. She means clairvoyance. Who are you? I'm no one, just an old woman who cleans these always. Do you live here? If you can call it living, she spits on the floor before wiping it off with the broom. I have a little room upstairs, right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet, but I don't complain, no. She juts out her chin, eyes shining. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company, and that's all I need from this world. And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty. Let's go back outside. Wait, where was it? Here? Yes. Now we can go up to 28. This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives. Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door. No one answers. Looks like the young man we're looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. He looks around, taking in the cold spring air. We should return tonight after we have finished with our day's work. How about 2100? Sounds good? Sounds good. Tonight at 2100. Tonight at 2100. Right here, apartment 28. He writes it down into his little notebook. Good. Let's go. Alright, I'll need to remember that. That's like a specific time. Yeah, so that's later. That's tomorrow. So this is tonight. Okay. So, what next? Since we can't get this guy until the evening. Do we have a main thread to pull on? I don't know that we do. Besides him. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, we haven't found a way in there. We already did this. Joyce told us about it. We're waiting. Ask Kuno what he knows about the armor? I guess. Whoops, I went the wrong way. That was toward the boat. Keep going, game. Don't be stuttering on me. Alright, you little shitbird.
Necromancer pig! That ship was dark! Going in there like that! Brutal shit! Tell me, Kuno dies, you're gonna pick one out of his brain like that too? Kuno's gonna go out in a hail of bullets! Gonna look like a fucking porcupine!
Okay, weirdo. I want to discuss the body with you again, Kuno. The fuck about it! Where's the rest of his armor?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
That fuck imp had one thing majorly wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Do you remember how he looked? Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man.
He drills his temples with his fingers in some strange aggressive gesture.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor. You're just too small for the armor.
Get the fuck out of here trying to fuck on me with that midget shit. Kuno's 12. He's huge.
He squints at you.
What are you, fucking 80? When Kuno's 80, Kuno can fit 4 of you in Kuno. Fuck out of here. Trying to fuck on Kuno? Fuck out of here.
What do you mean you threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
He performs a kickoff on the imaginary helmet.
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You threw it in the sea?
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno, he repeats. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gates.
What do you mean, troubadour?
Yeah, cock and boots. You know that Jolly Union cow fucker. Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows.
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile. You mean Manana?
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information? And you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire. Let's talk about something else.
You're testing Kuno's patience here. Get lost.
Do I want to tell him that I found his shack? No. I'm done.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Alright, let's go talk with Manana. Manana, Daisy, where are you? I heard you. You walked around my... Oh. You're right behind me. Come say hi. And sit up on your spot. We're doing detective work, Squeakles. And you have been MIA all day. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, little Squeaky? What's going on? What you been up to, Daisy Dukes? Alright. Daisy on camera. That's a lot louder than it used to be. Anyway, let's save here before we talk to him. Alright, Manana. Where's the fucking armor, bruh?
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Kuno told me you were supposed to know about the armor. He smiled. The little boy did a good on his promise. His promise? To get me into trouble, to sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words, not mine. What happened? I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it. Did you? At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know. So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probes right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. He smiles. One bad move is all it takes. What did you learn to do the probe? Good morning, Dolagrove. Welcome back. How are you doing? I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor. What else? Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part. What sort of technical stuff? I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library, he explains with a wry smile. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off. How does it come off? In parts, 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw, too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing, the gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. 4 pieces of armor up for grabs, then, but I already sent the boots away. The jolly man shrugs. I guess you won't be collecting them and all, then. That's less work for you, at least. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings? Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore if they ever did at all. He gives you a jolly shrug. Forget about them. I did. Why? I'm going to find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough. Nice and balanced, the lieutenant nods. Some junior officers can take care of the rest. Smart choice, the mustachioed man agrees. It's only that 1 spot you need armor to do, the one the bullet hits. Good luck if you go for those boots, though. You'd have an easier time wrestling the spurs off of Boyadero than getting them off him. Thank you for cooperation, sir. No problem. He finally takes a swig from the flask. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way. Alright, see ya. You're doing good? That's great to hear, Dolagrove. I'm doing well as well. Also, Daisy says, hey everybody, good morning. Hope you're doing well. From the cutest cat on Twitch. Right, Daisy? Daisy, what are we gonna do now? Get the hanged man's boots. Didn't we get them? Get boots off victim's feet? But we can't. We sent the body away. Will they send them back to us? You really just want one piece of the armor. It's enough. Find and locate one piece and this one's done. He kicked the helmet into the sea and we don't know where the other two parts are. Alright. Hey, Eulifar, thanks for the host, sir. How's your Monday going? Man, this is, shit. Not a lot to go on. Free money. No. We never talked to the guys in the Whirlingin Rag. The Union people that are in there. Shit. No worries, Eulifar. Daylight savings has messed everything up. I have a meeting with my boss, deputy head, and my dad in about 1.5 hours. Hope your meeting goes well. We never did talk to these people. What time is it in the game? It's still morning, right? Yeah, okay. Let's see here. We haven't talked to these people. It's a bowl. There's spit in it, reeking of tobacco. Gross. This was the Lady Gardner person.
Let me have
Elizabeth. The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
I mean no trouble. I'm here to do my job, that's all. Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on the murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him?
She points to the man standing in the middle of the room.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong-arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everard sent to law school. Oh. Are you Lizzie, Elizabeth, Miss Beaufort? I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here, Titus Hardy. She points to the tall man by the table. Easy Leo told me about you. He likes to talk a lot. You're not here to chat up the legal counsel. You're here to question these men. What's your role in all this? Obviously, I'm a lawyer, a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. She crosses her arms. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients. Why are you so aggressive? Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers. Just dock workers? Do dock workers spy on the police? We let you off easy, miss. Don't think it will happen again. We've talked to Everett Clare. We know who these men are, the Union's militant wing. Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards. Fuck yeah, the tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer. So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. The world needs a financial buffer zone. No need to get emotional. No one is emotional here. Her expression stiffens further. Do your job. Ask your questions, then leave. What if I want to talk to you, not Titus? What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one. Alright. It's time to talk to the big guy. Oh, not enough points for treats today, Daisy. Maybe tomorrow. Eulifar's gotta save up. Alright, here we go.
This is where you say your bit.
Broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
Detective?
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. Don't say anything yet? Forgive me, oh great Daisy, the destroyer of swimming goggles. Yeah. And internet cables.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire. Oh my god. Gaze into the distance like a prince. Good lord. Daisy, come here. What are you doing? Showing off your tail again? We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him? A real looker, that one.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get all ripe and pretty for you. Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Hey, what are you doing? Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from the right, boot size 44, blonde man in his 30s, overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right, standard working boots, size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room, probably mid-50s, smoker, quiet. Across, at the other table, hobnailed working boots, size 43, gang tattoos, Mesk or Saramirizian, in his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villalobos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations, hard to say what else. The ink is fading. Daisy, you goober. WC is calling? WC? And then, oh wait, is that the bathroom abbreviation for you guys? And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips, rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars, a little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44. 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum? Where? On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician. And the little guy? Size 41, with the light step. Not a child after all. An older man with a rat face. Mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing, big guy, boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy. One of them is absent. The odd soul? Exactly. The missing lady driver who was running the drug trade. Does it mean that the Hardy Boys are involved in the drug trade as well? This would fit what Joyce told us, but I don't want to make any assumptions. Maybe, but hey, you stood here for about 4 seconds not saying anything. Now is a good time to hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy? The fuck is with you, fella? Titus is staring at you with his head tilted. I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardy Boy? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy. There's 7 of us, and we're all here. He sizes you up. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring. He shakes his head. Actually, boss, we've been talking, and we think she could maybe... Shut the fuck up, Glenn, he roars. I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop? It has to be good if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so, too. So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her. That's right, we're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And, he points at Kim, you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you. Good, we're all watching each other. The lieutenant adjusts his spectacles. Officer, your question? There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later. Come here, you butt. You're blocking chat, and I can't read it. Come here. Daisy. Daisy, you're adorable, but you're blocking my stuff. You're blocking my stuff, cutie pie. Let's see. Guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade. The man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it? The pretty boy? He takes a sip from his can. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy. Funny, the lieutenant says without a smile, but my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you. We have spoken to the head of the union. Everard? Yes, him. And what did he tell you? His eyes narrow. That we killed him? That we took a cargo belt from the harbor, went out back, and used it to hang him? He looks you dead in the eye. Because we did. All of us together. I hope he told the story straight. I hope he told it well. Aha, so you just confessed to murder? Goddamn right, No, the woman interjects. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time. All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic. Why did you kill him? Why? He hisses through his teeth. Because he was worthless mercenary scum, and he stepped out of line in my town. So he was a mercenary, that's it? And he stepped out of line, he repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice. What kind of mercenary? The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Orange Special Forces. A live grenade, the man spreads his arms. Right here in our bar. I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara. Hold on, how do you even know he was in Special Forces? Because one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, "I'm Orange's goddamn Special Forces and I'm gonna fuck you all." Really? Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Orange's paratrooper song and said he's gonna fuck everyone. We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. He points at the stage, like some kind of animal. Sire, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code! Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong? Wrong, he roars. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning. He wipes spittle from his mouth. From rape to harassment to threats of violence, why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it, hopes you didn't notice. To kill us all if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. He cracks his knuckles. And that was before he started coming here. Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke right there on the stage. He grabbed someone? The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information. Yeah, this girl's on the mic, a beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. "Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?" Then he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down. He shakes his head in disbelief. Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted? Raped, you said? Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen. Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening? He repeats like a parrot. There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it. Right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation. No. There's a moment of silence. You're not getting a name. That's a Martinet matter, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns. There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you. So you murdered him just like that? No remorse? How many people have you sent to the chase? Ever felt remorse for them? The chase électrique is a method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad. Or sent them to reunion to rot for 20 years, for life. He says it as if it were worse than dying. If I say that I'm just doing my job, he's just gonna pipe back with, "I'm just doing my job." What we do is different. We enforce the law. You just kill people like it's nothing. But you see, a lawman, he says, squeezing the beer can, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinet, we agreed that this man had to die. Who called the shots that night? Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all? A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation. No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here? Who do you fucking think does? He sounds more amused than angry. I thought she did, point at Elizabeth. I wonder if this would get him to admit it. If he's like some sexist asshole who would be insulted that we thought that Elizabeth leads things. This is an interesting choice too. The drug dealer. I think I'm going to go with this one. This is an interesting choice. It's the 8th Hardy Boy, the one who's missing, the big dick. A moment of silence, the long-haired one breaks it. Titus, no one was thinking that there's any question who's the leader. That's how he would have ended it. Titus won't let him. No, no, no. He shakes his head. Fuck no. The big dick is right here, asshole. You're looking at it. He grabs his crotch. Right fucking here. Disregard the outburst, officer. She gives Titus a condescending glance. None of the boys have any more comments on their power relations. That night they acted as one. That's all. When did this hanging incident occur? You don't have to keep answering his questions, the fixer turns to remind Titus. I know, Lizzie. Relax. He takes a sip. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week. How long had you known the victim? Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole. Yeah, who do you think we are? Quiet. Titus gives Glenn a stern look. He came around about 3 weeks ago, when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy? By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for Wild Pines? The lieutenant pretends to check his notes. The same company you're striking against? No, he stresses, I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say, when you ask her hard enough. That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. She turns to you. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions. Daisy, what are you doing? 1 second. Oh, it's Dot. Hello, Dot. You guys are switching on me. Where did Daisy go? Daisy went into the bedroom. It was a cat switch. I didn't see it coming. How does the bullet in his head factor into this? Huh? A sip of beer makes the surprise go down easier. There was a bullet in the dead man's brain, the lieutenant checks his notes. Why was it there if you hanged him? How the fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him. The target practice, maybe? Another sip. He's tight-lipped suddenly. Interesting, sire. It's as if he's lying to protect someone. He's not very good at it. This line of questioning is over, the woman steps in before you can answer. You got the cause of death already, hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination. How did you kill him? We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper? Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot? The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that? He looks even more irritated than before. Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, Capo. I'll say it again. We killed him. Yeah, I knocked him out, the tattooed one speaks up, banging on his chest. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head. He went down like a stack of sand. That's right, lawman, he spits through his teeth. And then we hang the fuck. Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up. Mr. Tats, what did you use to knock the victim out? My fucking elbow, Copper, he looks you straight in the eye. Samaran boxing style. Samaran boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves originating from the Samaran Isola. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled-for details. Where did all this action take place? Right fucking here, he spreads his hands. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our bar. Yeah, man, weren't you listening? Things aren't quite right here, are they? Are we gonna hit this? We missed a 58%er 4 times in a row earlier. Can you give me this one time game? One time. Yes! Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others, but who's cracking under the pressure? This one. He's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. They've smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. A single sentence would wear him out. He can't take the length of the questioning. Keep it going long enough and he'll crack. Dot. You behave. Hey you, turn to the big guy. You having trouble breathing over there? No. He looks up, startled, his forehead shiny from sweat. A few coiled locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen hat. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is. The man next to the big guy bursts out laughing. Fuck off, Shanky. The big boss steps in. Angus is a powerful guy, all muscle. Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later he's going to break like a piece of twig. There's something you're not telling me. And fuck you too, Copper, picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit, and just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing. This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them yet. The night of them about the night of the murder. Not yet. Dot. Out of there. Butthead cats. Other questions? Why don't I just arrest you? That's probably a bad idea, yeah? So what are we going to do now? Nothing. Her reply comes sharp. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong. I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. The lieutenant closes his notebook. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to a first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this. Good luck with that. He grabs another beer. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is going to hear from us real law officials. You're lucky you didn't bring it or get a beating. Establish authority, 28%. You still haven't explained the bullet I found in the hanged man's head. You still on about that bullet? He pats the back of his head. A bullet in a hanged man's head. You're right, Copper. That is mighty curious. Indeed, mighty. How did it get there? The lieutenant is fixed on Titus. He gives you an indulgent look. Well, there are so many bullets in the world and so many heads. He sighs deeply. I guess it's only logical. At some point, one of them bullets had to end up in one of them heads. It's bound to happen again, you know. He taps on his right temple. Just statistically speaking, of course. Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes. No, we're not doing that. I think the hanging was a cover-up for the shooting. You know what I think? He raises a finger. I think he was shot in the head as a kid, and his brain grew around the bullet. Around the bullet, man. Elaine pinches the root of his nose. That's a good one. All the goofing around is to avoid lying. It's a technique. Did you guys shoot him? Shit! He throws his head back. I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk. Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. The little guy looks you in the eye. Better hope he stays sober. No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him? Before? After? During? She spreads her arms. This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time. I'm going to ask you again. Why was this in the victim's head? Wow, the little man leans in to inspect the leaden blossom. He's got it in a real evidence bag and all. Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened. Don't worry, we'll figure this out sooner or later. Never been worried in my life, lawman. He crosses his hairy arms, having forgotten his beer for a moment. It's not like you blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there somewhere. Guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade. Like hell you have, he leans back unruffled. There's no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 Kilos. We'll do that. In the meantime, he points south. Did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. He taps on his notebook, then turns to you. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grace? Let's see. You're right, there is no local drug trade, except you. No. No, do the honor. You've earned it. Not at the lieutenant. Thank you. He turns to face the man. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade because it's all controlled by you. You're the drug trade. That's a mighty interesting theory. He rubs his jaw, smiling. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street. Yeah, man, theoretically that's what you would do to get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies. You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly, he grins. For the good of the community, of course. This is disgusting. You're admitting to profiting off of poisoning your own people. Boo fucking who. People will always be taking drugs. Might as well do it clean and organized. Yeah, that's what the labor movement is all about. Clean and organized. And the Hardy Boys are running it. Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation is, how dare you? Go fuck yourself. Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy Boys here. The 8th Hardy, the one who's missing, she runs the thing, right? My answer is, fuck off. He takes a step closer. Mind your own business. There's no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene. And here we go. Back to the usual, the woman sighs. I know. The little man raises his index finger. Fatty walked on all 4s. He's so fucking fat, he left 2 sets of footprints. Go fuck your mom, Dennis. That's more like it, boys. She turns to you. You heard him. It was Angus on all 4s. Anything else you need to know? Oh, this didn't go up? Damn. I was hoping we would get another boost here. I talked to Joyce, the merc you hanged. His friends are coming for you. Yeah? He doesn't seem worried. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Krenel? Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma. There's snickering in the room. Some of the men put their beers down. Nervous snickering. There's a rush of adrenaline present. Yes, they are forming some kind of tribunal, and they're coming for you. This is what happens if you take the law in your own hands. Other people start doing it too. Let them come, Blondie yells across the cafeteria. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here. You heard the man, right here. He points to the ground. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us. And Glenn is fucking crazy. Yeah, well-oiled murder machine. He punches Blondie on the shoulder. The mood is on the rise. They're feeling confident, ready to punch out the whole merc platoon. What a weird question. I wonder if that switch would catch them off guard. And then we make the connection back to them, like killing 40 people a minute. I think I'm gonna do that. Do you know that a single Surrey giant hornet can kill 40 bees a minute? The fuck is that supposed to mean? You're the bees. They're the hornets. We're not bees, we're men. We're socialists. Easy, he's trying to phase you. He turns to you. What are you trying to do, scare my men? The mercenaries are armed with automatic weapons. We got weapons of our own. He cracks open his vest to give you a glimpse of his holster. We got Ister 50s, Zilligers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home. Will they pierce ceramic armor? I guess we're gonna see, aren't we? That was an unsure phrasing. See what? That they don't? Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor. He takes a sip of beer to bide his time, then tries to get the last word in. You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal. Joyce said they've gone rogue. Nobody's controlling them. Big fucking surprise, he mutters. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen? He's really prepped himself up for this. He has to keep the fear in check. This Krenel is bad news, you know that, right? Pfft, a spray of beer. So were the local gangs, the fucking Barmy Army, and the Madre scum. You been out there, seen any around? Yeah? Where are they now, huh? He points south. Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate. These people are trained military professionals. Special forces, as you said. They're not a gang or a Barmy Army. No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think. Okay. You say so. What do you mean, okay? He jerks forward a bit. I mean, okay, they're going to wipe you the fuck out, Titus. No, they won't. He shakes his beer at you. Get out of here with your negative energy. All he means is that the situation is serious. No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that. How are we doing now? 83%! That means we're gonna fail it miserably. Oh, I swear to God if we lose this. If I leave, will it let me... Can I come back to do this? Oh! God, we are in a good spot for this. Please, please, hit this check. Oh, thank you. As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar? Where have I seen this before? You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men, sitting on desks, talking shit, and wasting time. I get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here. Huh? You must be. You're just like real cops, drinking beer and sitting around with your dicks in your hand. He leans in. You got a problem with beer now? Not quite there yet. Push on. Interesting. Hey, Kablamsies, how's it going? Welcome back. Haven't been on Twitch for a while? Well, I'm glad you were able to make it back. Hope you're doing well. Daisy says hello. Right, Daisy Dukes? Daisy's glad to see you. Hope you are staying safe in these interesting times, to put it charitably. I don't think I like this one. No, I'm also a big fan of beer and jerking off instead of helping people. You saying we don't help people? He puts the beer down. I've been doing this job for 10 years. Martin Aids was a dump before we put this outfit together. They don't know, man. They weren't here. He turns to you. We had 3 shootings a week. Kids dead, fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s. Congratulations on the graffito removal, he turns to Titus. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim. So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck. He picks the beer back up. Don't let him drink that. One more push, quick. It's not about who did it, it's about the victim. She needs help. Titus, he looks at her. She stops mid-sentence. That's it, you got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms. You want to help her, cop? Fine. I'm going to let you help her, but you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, Titus taps his chin with his fist. A freight train of pain, buddy. The lieutenant takes out his notes. What is her name? Klasje Amandu. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags. A real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit. Blonde. Titus adjusts his cap. That's Amandu with an OU. I think that was the lady that we first talked to when we regained consciousness at the start of the game. Been staying home, probably going to do long distance education. Good. Yes, definitely stay home. It is by far the safest thing to do right now. Shit, the girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop. 8%. Fuck. Miss Orange Disco Dancer? Sure, why not? You've probably seen her around. He nods upstairs. Oh, we have to do this check. We're gonna fail the shit out of this one, boys. Here we go. You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast. Your fingers are fidgeting and sweat starts forming on your brow as Titus looks at you oddly. I don't understand what's so cool here. Nothing. He gives you a sideways glance. We just have a few more questions, then we'll be on our way. Calm, normal. Try to forget this little hiccup. So what was her relationship with the mercenary? Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship. It was like that karaoke incident all over again, or like some of the other girls he was harassing. Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation. When was the rape? He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. He crushes his half-empty beer can. So what does it matter? It would help if we establish a timeline. Alright, 2 weeks maybe? I don't know. I need another beer. He turns to Glenn. Here you go, boss. The tall blonde throws him a can. Titus cracks it open. So, what is your relationship with her? I know her. He looks around and an uncommon silence fills the room. How well do you know her? A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth. He has a hunch about what knowing means. Well enough, copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months. He crosses his arms. So she's not from around here? You mean Revachol? Nah. Our Miss Orange Disco Dancer is an immigrant or a drifter of some sort. Been staying here over the winter. Don't you give her any more trouble, the fat guy blurts out. She's just had some bad luck, that's all. Shut up, Angie. He slaps his forehead. She doesn't need your help. Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it. And what was up with the partying she and Titus did? It sounded fun. Oh god, electrochemistry. Fucking idiot. Said you partied. Cool, that's cool. But what did you mean? What do you think I meant? Sex, drugs, and karaoke, right? Yes, yes, and no. He looked you straight in the eye. Got something to say about it? So you're saying the two of you were close? No, we just fucked, that's all, he states matter-of-factly. I'm not going to give you any details if that's what you're after, so put your dick away. He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're going to get for now. He's doing a good job here, a commendable performance of I don't give a shit. I think I know her. You don't know her. You're wrong, I do. Not the way I do. Yeah, thank you. We'll talk to her. He points his beer can at you. Remember what I said. Freight train of pain. Is there anything new here now? Did that dude crack? Again? Just get the dead guy's autograph since you're his biggest fan. A burst of laughter in the room. The little guy is the loudest. Good one, Titus. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that's liable to get our asses handed to us if we do that. The only thing annoying thing about long distance education, I need a laptop and my family can't really afford one since we have been stocking on supplies. Not toilet paper, by the way. Thank you for not running on toilet paper. People are so weird. I don't get it. But yeah, stocking up on food for long term is a good idea. So you don't have to go out nearly as often. But yeah, like 5 big boxes of toilet paper? People are so strange. I'm gonna take off now. We did pretty good. I'm not sure what knocked our morale there. That must have been from earlier. Alright, so we can go upstairs and talk to the lady and see what she knows. I got some... How many points do I have? Just one? Or wait, hang on. I got 2 points right now, okay. Where does it tell me how many I have available? It doesn't really. Alright, so what do I want to up? This seems pretty interesting. Composure has been pretty bad. I may want to bump that up twice, actually. Interfacing would be good too, though. What is it, little nerd? Daisy, no! Don't block my screen. I'm trying to make decisions, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You saying hi to everybody? Is that what you're saying? Speak into the mic. You silly girl. Alright, let's do composure once, at least. We'll just leave that one there. We'll save the last point. And we'll also save the game. And then we'll talk with Kim and see what he has to say.
Officer, what was that?
It was nothing. It's not nothing. You were coming apart at the seams. He looks you in the eye. Do you know the assault victim? Yes. Is there something I should know before we talk to her? Whatever you do, don't say the first thing. I didn't rape her. the hallway after I woke up. Understood. You were not in a good shape Monday. She knows I didn't remember being a cop. Okay, he nods. That's manageable. Let's move on. He nods. We'll be alright, officer. This is nothing. You feel fortified by his assurance. It's going to be alright. Is it though? Nothing? You're still in for a bumpy ride here. Try not to mess it up. Yeah, let's try not to fuck this up, shall we? That poor woman. Hopefully she will be amenable to talking to us. Who is it? A woman's voice answered, muffled by the door. Tired, controlled. This is the police. Can we come in? Come on up, the door is open, she shouts. I'm drying my hair. Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going up. I could, couldn't I? I could be a policeman. Hotel bill calculations. Looks like she's had an extended stay. Piles of dirty clothes. A woman's. Let's get them bottles. Sell it for money. That's everything down here. You see the yard below. The corpse is no longer there. Medicine cabinet. Gotta search it, right? This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills haphazardly stacked one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there. Look at the medications. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves. Sheet upon sheet and pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners. Search the bottles. Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoparidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads Nacra. Nacra? This is used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have around. Nacra, opioid antagonist. Interesting. That's used for diamorphine overdoses. The lieutenant nods, then looks at the door. Close the cabinet. Hopefully we got what we needed. Did I take it? I didn't take it, right? Why did that turn orange? Kinda weird. That upstairs. Bed has been hastily made. So used to YouTube, I tried to skip forward 10 seconds. Nice. Xanagir, what's up, dude?
Good morning.
Good morning to you as well. Thank you for the 18 months, man. That is a hell of a lot of support, dude. Thanks a lot. I hope you're doing well. The smell of cigarette smoke in the air. Astra menthol. Slept in until 7:15. Nice. Cold coffee and an ashtray that looks like a hedgehog. You'll never see me at 5 a.m. again? Yeah, not while Blue's working from home, right? No need for you to get up that early? Look, a handful of dried white wildflowers. Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. Ooh, can I grab them? Go! Aw. The wind brushes them off the roof. They're gone. What is this door? Does this go down to the second room? Actually, I'm going to save a new one. Why am I all the way over here?
Welcome to the roof.
The young woman has a cigarette in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other. Her hair is still slick from the shower. Or is it from the rain? Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and
I'm
lean.
sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
Nice view you got here.
It's much nicer now.
Her eyes wander north toward the yard, where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
You mentioned a cleaning lady. I think I need one.
Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell is opened in there.
No, that's about right. We opened a portal to hell in our room. Morning, it's like 12 midnight for me? Oh, wow. Oh, you're Australia, that right? Disco Infernum. Nice. That's a good one. You know not of which you speak. There are vortices of dark energy present, but not to hell, to another place, a third place, much different from our world. Disco Infernum.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the inferno.
She quit because of me.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? Have you grown accustomed to your role as a police officer?
Once a cop, always a cop.
Like riding a capocycle.
She takes a sip of her coffee.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Ah, I see.
She takes a pensive drag of her menthol cigarette. What is your name, miss, for the record? Plasye Amandu? I probably butchered that. Same name that Titus gave you. It sounds Orangese, as does her accent. Her birthmarks also signal Orange. You don't know why, but Orangese girls tend to come speckled with them. Are you from Orange? Right, sir. Vredefort, Republic of Orange. I guess you could say I am an Orangese expatriate. You know those times when you want to sleep but your brain's like, no, I hate you! And yes, I'm from Australia. Oh yeah. Hope you can get some sleep soon. But yeah, it sucks when your body just doesn't want to cooperate, doesn't it? Let's see, how old are you? I'm 28. She takes a drag. What do you do, miss? What is your specialization? Something stupid. What's that? Orangese lit. Orangese lit? Orangese literature. It's what I studied at the university. She raises both eyebrows. Okay. Back to you. Back to me, she breathes in the menthol-flavored fume, savoring it in her lungs. Can we take a look at your passport, please? I'm afraid you can't, officer. Why is that? Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag in an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets. Thank you for your candor. Why? They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. Okay then. Okie dokie. She pours herself more coffee. Thank you. That's it, for the record. The record? So official. They tell us you were raped. It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it? Actually, it's already afternoon. Is it? Squinting, she takes a look around. The spring sun is high in the sky. People pass below. It is afternoon. She looks into her coffee cup. Time flies, man. So, were you? Yeah, she draws out the word. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him. By him, she must mean the victim. Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, she searches for the word, then shrugs, rapeable. By they, she means the Hardy Boys. So they were trying to pin a reason for the murder on the guy. Interesting. So they told her to say that she was raped, but she's not cooperating. Interesting. Orangey's lit as fuck. The fact that you can't learn what lit means to millennials from Kuno prior to speaking to her makes this game a 2 out of 10. Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted? Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery, sexual assault maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier. Interesting. Titus asked you to spice things up for us? Pretty much. She cradles her coffee cup in both hands, warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life. What did happen between you and the victim? We partied. Wait, partied. Where have I heard that before? A lot of partying going on. From Titus. About her and Titus's relationship. That's where you heard it. What kind of partying? Point to bloated face. The kind I do? With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that. Harder than this? I didn't know that was physically possible. Oh, it is. She takes a long drag. You're still alive. What did you do when you partied? We drank, sir. She takes a sip of her coffee. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him. What else? Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex. You were lovers? I guess you can say that, yes, a bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there. We did enough drugs for there to be. How did you two meet? The lieutenant's voice is quiet, calm. Downstairs, she taps on the roof with her 10-centimeter heel. At the bar, he was on some sort of assignment. A military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar. When was this? A month ago? Something like that. Interesting. So... What can you tell me about him? Name, eyes, age? I'm sorry, I can't do it. She puffs on her cigarette. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him, like he is now. I can't talk about this. I don't know. Another puff, more nervous. I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later. It must have been hard for you, seeing him there. Oh yes, she says bitterly. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bedroom window, in my dreams. A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. You called us the RCM. Yes. Jackpot. The call, reporting the hanging, that was you? I made it, she nods, and I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinet, they call it snitching. Reporting crimes is confidential in Revachol, miss. The caller's voice was digitized. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. Nicked it? How? With nail clippers, and I diverted some radio fuzz into it, into the cold wire. You were right to suspect there might be foul play involved with the broken phone line. And in the process, you broke the landline downstairs. Did I? She looks into her coffee. Fuck, I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing. Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying. Good catch. I appreciate this symmetry. Why go through all the trouble? I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the Union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires. Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do. I didn't want to, sir, but if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there. Alright, good luck trying to sleep, Kablamsies. Thanks for dropping by and hanging out. Keep well. And hope you can get some sleep. So what did they hang him for, if not rape? He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing, she thinks. But you probably know all about it. And his role in this strike was, what? I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean, but I understood it was dangerous. And they lynched him for it? She nods. Why was there a bullet in his head? Bullet? There's a silence. Her brows meet in the middle for a pained frown. They shot him too? I'm not picking up any theater craft here, sir. The pause is sincere. They stripped his clothes and they shot him? You mean after they hanged him? I'm confused. Sorry. So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss? Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged? I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender. This is beginning to get confusing for you too, and we don't like that. Where was she last Sunday night? Where were you when this happened? Cowering. I was cowering downstairs with Sylvie. How do the Hardy Boys know you? They're frequent guests, downstairs. She looks at the floor. It's tarred. They have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now. And how did you meet? Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. Did you party? A little, yeah. Like you partied with the deceased? No, not as hard. I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys? I have. Which one? Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously, but as I said, it's been a long winter. Are you sure you weren't raped? I'm 89% sure. Does that mean you're 11% not sure? What a weird... Got it. 89% is good enough. Moving on. Cool. She sincerely thinks it's very cool of you. Thank you for telling us all this, miss. She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid. It's because it's raining. We should head back downstairs, officer. The lieutenant looks at you. We may have things to discuss there. Something else before we go? A little thing? She nods. Silvery cigarette fume disappears into her mouth. I noticed your room is close to mine. I have a personal question. Yes, you're just one room away. She pours herself more coffee. Very personal. Good. Yes, this means she could have heard something, like what you were doing before you blacked out. She was downstairs, though. Were you in Sunday night? I need to know what I did before I lost my memory. You do not need to know that, the lieutenant taps on his notebook. What you need is to ask normal police questions, like, he waits for you to finish the sentence. Aww. Damn. We'll return to this later. Why not? I'll be here until 2300, drinking coffee most likely. Well, that was extremely informative. What is this door? Does this go down to the... Wait! Talk with Kim. Kim.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
You think this will make them cooperate? Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. Why did she tell us all of that? What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. She seems candid. You think so? A shadow runs across his face. Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor, with some facts thrown in, draws attention away from whatever one chooses to omit. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation, Anyway, we should move. I suspect our inquiries will bring us back here soon enough. You passed the 3% check here? Oh, this door? 8% for me. This is a small, heavy door. There is no lock in sight. The conversation? I didn't have a or the one where you try to look into her eyes? I didn't have that. I think she was just being honest with me the whole time. Maybe I didn't even have to check to make the check. That's interesting. That you had one and I didn't. We're gonna see if we can get into this door. When I looked into her eyes, I realized she was lying. Huh. I'm gonna try this a couple of times, see if we can just break our foot. I don't expect to be able to get in this. I'm not gonna sit here all morning and do it, but we'll try it a few times. Thunk. Oof. Smooth. Or try it one more time. Daisy. Squeak. Kitty squeak. Is this a red check? No, it's a white check, okay. You kick it, gung-ho style, entering the premises style, but the door fails to respect the force. All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you. Alright, the woman nods approvingly. Let's trash the place. Let's not. Your foot is ready to explode and punish this object. Disrespecting the force? Swallow the rage. Alright, we're gonna load, but we're not gonna kick the door. The museum is so sick in AC. So hype. AC? Animal Crossing. I was like, Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I'm excited to see what my museum looks like. Okay, so... just head back downstairs, I guess. Animal Crossing Origins, yes, exactly. Finally learn why there's only one human left in the world. Alright. I guess we're gonna talk with these boyos again. I wonder if the big guy is gonna crack now. Because we're peeling away layers of their story. Summer door closed for the winter. The animals created a cult using the Apple of Eden. That sounds about right. Alrighty. Your story is bullshit, dude.
It's you again. What is it?
Lassie says she wasn't raped. Fuck! The big man's eyes and veins bulge. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted. For the record, she steps in forcefully. Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her. Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He turns back to you. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea. She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you. Yeah, she's crazy, you know, the rat-faced man says carefully. A crazy bitch, you know the type. She's fucked up. This is a diversion. Stay on track. Cut the bullshit. She told me the truth. Lawman, he says through clenched teeth, I am at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. His hands become fists. And you went and pushed her. Something breaks in him. He takes a step closer and says, I am going to fucking... Titus Hardy! Her voice rings through the room like a warning shot. Evrart personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood? When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command. Look, Copper, the tattooed man snaps his fingers to get your attention. We know the dead fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. He turns to Titus, who's still breathing heavily. What's the harm, right? Here, jerkwad. He slams the audio tape on the table. Listen to this shit, and then come back and tell me the soldier of apocalypse was an innocent man. This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to. Why should I care about the tape? You lied to me. You don't care about evidence? His eye twitches. The fuck are you a cop for then? Pigs, T, they don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They're fucking keeping score on their bulletin boards. I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape we got, nothing to talk about. There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind. So what's on this tape? What's on it? We call it the Door Gunner Mega Mix. You'll know why once you listen to it. Where did you get it? You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that. So you've bugged them. How? We have machines, he nods. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff. Understood. You've listened in on their communications. He takes a little note. How long? Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons. Things got nice and quiet after that. Which one of you is doing this advanced radio work then? It's not advanced, the heavy man wheezes. You're just holed up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there. Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work. The chief picks his beer back up to offer a silent toast. Yeah, man, you're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit. Where can I listen to this? I'm sure we can find a tape player, the lieutenant whispers. Where can I listen to this? He mocks you. Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius? Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker. His voice echoes like thunder in the small room. I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem, he repeats calmly in a hushed voice. Your room had one, or maybe it's too broken. That's enough for now. I'll get back to the investigation. Don't forget your tape, lawman. He pushes the little tape towards you with his giant hand. Compliments of Titus Hardy. Fine, I'll listen to it. You do that, he says, adjusting his belt buckle. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday. Well, I guess let's go see if the one in our room works. How you doing, Squeak? Let me say hi again. Hey everybody, it's me, Daisy. Just hanging out, doing some detective work. Need specifics. Ask a little later when she has collected herself. Kim's not around to stop you. Ask about what she heard from her room the night before you emerged into reality. Okay. Listen to the Door Gunner Megamits. What a weird name, but I guess we're gonna find out why. Okay, let's save here. See what happens. The compact tape player is still in silent. Seems it has completely broken down now. The machine was made in Revachol by a company called Le Mercier. Their logo depicts the triple-towered Delta skyline. It was supposedly built to last. This would have been very helpful with the Megamix. He stares at the tape player, but it isn't anymore. Yeah, any ideas? My Kanema only comes with a radio, he ponders. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we should talk to Roy at the pawn shop. He has stuff. Does she have one in her room? I never saw one in there. I don't think so. Let's go to the pawn shop, I guess. Let's see. I need to go this way. Come out a bit. Down the road. That's the pawn shop. Wait, hold on. What is this? Did I not look at this stuff before? Sawed-off streetlight? A typical Martinez streetlight sits among sorted floor and table lamps. I don't care. Let's just talk to him. I think it's just like a bunch of random shit. That's like the tape deck stuff, right? Shelf of boomboxes. The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. Let's see more. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure it works before you buy it. Are you sure this is all in working order? Absolutely, I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds, and music from a variety of genres. Even though, he grimaces, I don't really like music. Can I just play a tape on one of the boomboxes real quick? Sorry, man, I can't be giving out freebies. Never have, won't now. Okay, this Stereo 8 approved machine here is the Harman Waushi W02. Made in Vesper, designed in Seoul, he says. Plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. Can I get a discount on this boombox? A police discount? A discount? I do have to keep the lights on, man. It's 12 real. A man like that, in a neighborhood like this, in a rickety house falling into the sea, there's fear in him. Use it to your advantage. Can I get it for 4? I guess let's try this one? I don't know. It says there's fear in him, use it to your advantage. This doesn't sound like fear. This is the only one that's using fear. We'll try it. No, not really. I expect momentous change at any moment, but it seems that you are. He almost sounds concerned and seems to weigh your offer. Fine, he nods decisively. 4 real it is. Hey, it worked! Success, sort of. Whatever gets the job done, right? Alright, thanks for the discount, man. Here's the money for the boombox. And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes. Alright. Door Gunner Megamix. I forgot about those interactive objects. I'm gonna look at some of those other ones. I had completely forgotten about those. I'm gonna save really quick and see, because I don't want to waste a ton of time. But I had forgotten about. Can I look at? I can look at it myself. I don't care about that. Yeah, I want to examine the bullet. The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. What do I do? Feel the bullet through the bag. The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket is split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle the jacketed bullets. The Citizens Militia uses cast bullets only, little pebbles of metal loaded from the muzzle, usually in a cartridge. What do I do with you, bullet? What? The lieutenant steps closer. I said, what do I do with you, bullet? Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say, find the weapon that shot me. Good idea. If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better. Inspect it closer. The jacket of the bullet is made of yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark gray core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 mm in diameter. Look at the jacket. You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard. And the core? It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound. What can you say about the bullet so far? It's a jacketed bullet, close to 5 mm in diameter. A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzle-loader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez. We were right. This came from a serious weapon. Highly unusual. The people of Revachol haven't carried breech-loading weapons like this for nearly half a century. Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it. Try to determine what type of weapon shot this? Encyclopedia said this came from a breech loader. Hand-eye coordination. Okay. This is a white check? Yeah. 8%, huh? Give it a shot. Didn't think so. You can't remember what happened last week. What makes you think you're going to remember arcane firearm models? Okay, we can do a level up. Let's go ahead and use one, because our hand-eye coordination needs to be up anyways. Wait, I could level it up twice, but I don't need to do it twice in a row. Find the murder weapon. Perform an advanced analysis using HE coordination? Oh, hand-eye coordination. Gotcha. Alright, let's try it again. %. Let's save. That one's getting close to the point where we might be able to hit it. Almost 1 in 5. So I might try this one a couple of times. Otherwise, I'll level that hand-eye coordination up again. Come on. Not that bad. Alright, we're gonna level up one more. Whoops. Save it. Overwrite that one. Alright, hopefully we got a much better chance now. Eh? Oh. Alright. Interact, you. 28%. Okay, we should be able to hit this one. 1 and 4. Come on. I'm gonna keep doing it until we hit this one, since we should be 1 and 4 on it. But who knows how accurate the percentage actually is. Right, Daisy Dukes? I need you to roll the dice for me. I need Lucky Lucy, that's who I need. I need Lucy to come in here and roll the dice. Hey, there it went. A rifle. Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46mm from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique. Make? The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belle Margrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the Anticentennial Revolution 50 years ago. Is anyone still making these rifles? No, but Ziegler, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war, so there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling. Who uses Belle Margrave rifles these days? Antique enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for a well-preserved antique, most likely. The lieutenant jots something down in his notebook. What are you thinking? Bullet? I think I know where this came from. Okay, and? The shot probably came from a Belle Margrave rifle. An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Revachol, really. That's probably a good thing. He nods. I have to hand it to the monarchs. It's quite admirable that they took the advice of criminologists last century and banned the use of breech-loaders in peacetime. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end. Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Real Belt. Makes you consider every shot. I like it. Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier. But back to the investigation. Yeah, something mysterious is afoot with this antique bullet type. Mysterious? He shrugged. Okay. Either way, we'll know when we find the gun. Nice. We got it! Locate a working firearm that shoots 4.46. And do. Maybe. I don't know. What other stuff did we have? I don't care about this. What can I get from the photo? An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. The pattern still kind of has an ethnic feel to it, but nothing familiar. Who are you? Gone. What's the meaning of this tattoo? For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you. Okay. Alright, it's time to listen to the tape. The porta reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. You push Commensaire and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air. This isn't Revachol, a man's voice says. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants. Another loud screech. Some kind of machinery. The harbor. Kim takes out his notebook. That's the sound of a Kvalson crane. More static. When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens, too. Gonna rent a room, Cordy. A real nice one. This part is unintelligible. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rate that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dancer whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth. A click. Then silence. The rest of the tape is empty. The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrêter on your porta reel. The tape stops spinning. What was that at the very end? Silence? End of recording. What do you think? It seemed authentic enough, probably recorded off their shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. I agree. He also sounded inebriated. Still, the lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion. Who's this Cordy? Cordy could be short for Courtenaire, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. The third one must be relaying the signal. What's Kohoi? A village on the Samaran Isola in South Safra. Grodd committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about. You think he was there? Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service. A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment. Okay then, what now? I think we've got a few more questions for Klassia, don't you? He looks around. This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree. Interesting. Back upstairs we go. Everybody is lying about everything. I arrest the entire city of Martinez, or district of Martinez. Everyone's under arrest. You're all going to jail. Problem solved. Oh, I have to do door first? You got some splaining to do! Hello? That was weird.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
She leans back against the railing. Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape. She puts her coffee cup down, with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table. Did he? A smile flits across her face. I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions, only that he was never bad to me. She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused. On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target. Where did they get this recording exactly? It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough. She arches her brow. Does he say he's going to do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Those are the exact words he used. Yeah, that was practically his pickup line. She picks the cup back up. A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Cohoy style? Cohoy was mentioned. He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Cohoy. It was in his everything. You think he was trying to scare people? No, I'm pretty sure he did all those things, and then had to internalize them to keep on living, until they just sort of turned it into his, she thinks. What's the word I'm looking for? Persona? Running joke. I was gonna say running joke, and it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Cohoy massacre, and the 36 famine in Yisut all rolled into one person, then cast in orangey ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower. You like this kind of stuff? We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks, you, your first love, Mr. Cohoy here. Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? Here in Martinet, I mean. No, we were too busy laying waste our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed, she thinks, he seemed happy, I guess. At ease, as much as a man like him could be. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it. Thank you for clearing that up, miss. He turns to you. Whenever you're ready, I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now. She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles. Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim? Like, for example, his name? Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely. A nickname? I guess. He came from Lelystad, it's short for that, and it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use. Lelystad. That's a good start. The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook, then tears out a page and hands it to you. We have a few questions you can help us with, a few things a field autopsy alone can't answer. The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left. Where is Lelystad? The place, I mean. In Orange, officer. It's I think municipality is the term? A nowhere town there. The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat. You were almost right, officer. The lieutenant shakes his head like you just missed a shot in darts. That means his race was Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form. You were both from Orange? Yes, we were compatriots. Did that bring you together? No, he was too old for that, and from another part of Orangenrick. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Orange. It was bad habits. Sex. Alcohol. No love for Mother Orange? But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing. A military man, but not a patriot? No, he left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Semenine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. She takes a long drag of her cigarette, then washes it down with coffee. A people person, a small platoon leader, certainly not a patriot. You don't seem like much of a patriot yourself. She hums. There's nothing on Mundi. The old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Orange did bring us together in loathing. I love Revachol, though. She looks around, the wind in her hair. I hope she loves me, too. How old was he, miss? He was 42. 42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50. He had many scars that made him appear older, but no, the memory makes her smile. We even celebrated his birthday, like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me. Looks like you were right, officer. The lieutenant taps on his notebook once, as though assigning some kind of point. Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die. Better not to mention it. The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you. His eye color? Blue, light blue. They were like... She stops, her eyes half closed, then continues. Like little blue galaxies, you know. It was strange seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. She takes a drag. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly, and he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something watching him speak. He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth? Yes, severe. She seems to enjoy the word. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes. Oh yes, the lieutenant suddenly remembers. His hair, if you can remember. It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. He had a tattoo. What did it mean? Oh, she smiles. That. It was an Orangey's map of the waterways? Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How so? How? She leans back. Imagine him lying in bed, freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. Is this Orangey's lit? Don't interrupt. He's smoking and drinking, of course, and his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, she points at the air with her sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star. What was this, baby? And he says, she lowers her voice comically, that was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that. So she goes, okay, but what's this, baby? And he's like, saw some bad shit there. Killed some loincloths. And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them. You were the woman in this? Oh yeah, she nods. Can you tell us precisely what these mean? Hand her the photo. No thank you, she does not take it. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them. She pours herself some more coffee. Go on. He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer for money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Semenine Islands, and on other islands too, all of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Not a very fun story. It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. She smiles faintly. A change of topic? Perhaps, miss, it was communism that killed him? That's a weird question. But this kind of rang a bell for us like earlier. It was like some internal thought that we had. I'm not sure how she would take the question. Is the Union communist? They're a couple of shades pinker than that, no? Social Democrats. They're not hardcore in that way, is what I'm trying to say. What are we talking about anyway? This politics shit is a lot in the morning. Is it even morning? No, we went over that before. I think she's just tired. Excuse me. She doesn't know what you meant by that, and can you blame her? I think we're finished with this line of questioning. All right, the lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment. Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. I think we're done. Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? It's what she said, yes. Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality, he was 42 years old? Where is this going? How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them. See what the detective says. Huh? The lieutenant isn't quite sure he heard you. How old do I look? How old? 58. Oh god, that's really old. Really? But we've also been in the service for over 30 years, I think. So that could be about right. You're probably right. That's about what I look. Actually, make that 54, he squints. Alcoholism has severely impacted your appearance. And I was wrong about the age of the deceased. Wait, this requires scientific measurements. Bring it on. I'm not afraid of the truth. Thought gained, date of birth generator. To the laboratorium! Haven't looked at these in a while. I still need to... Oh, wait. Unlock a new slot to... Spend 1 skill point to unlock? Oh! Yeah, let's get one. I have 4 skill points right now. Let's see here. Wait, go back. +1 empathy towards Kim. That is a bad research bonus. -1 authority. This feels like the most important of all. Derealization? I figure out what our age is. I'm gonna unlock one more. We're gonna go for these. Let's get you and you. Zap, zap, zap. What did we complete? The apartment. Talk to Titus about the Megamix. We still are, yeah, we gotta look for that weapon. Still got 2 points. Okay. I think we're good here. Save. Go talk to Titus again. This is a lot of back and forth with these two. Wait, what is this? This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. Smooth as ice, there are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges, but the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface. This window was recently replaced. Looks like it, yes. He adjusts his glasses. Huh. Hmm. All right. Is this where their web of lies falls apart? Let's find out.
It's you again. What is it?
So I talked to Klasya about the tape. And nothing. She stands by what she said. That fucking fucker. He stares at his beer for 2 seconds, intently, then turns to you. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her. She pretty much laughed it off, Titus. Fucking fuckity fucker! He shakes his head in disbelief. And what did she say then? That it's fine? People are supposed to be like that? Actually, I think it made her a little nostalgic. Yes, in fact, the lieutenant looks at you, then him. I think she thought it was a little funny. Funny? Titus mumbles, his lips barely moving. No good goddamn psycho whore. Seems like they wanted to give Klasya a second chance to play along. She still didn't. Alright, he slams his giant fist on the doorframe. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking... Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus. Her voice is a bit softer than earlier. Titus rubs his chin with his palm, as if trying to grind it smooth. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman? You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match. Maybe she isn't who you thought she was. Nah, I know her. He looks upstairs, distracted. She's just a girl in over her head. She's a hardcore party girl with a bigger death wish than mine. Yeah, he cracks his knuckles thoughtfully. You're right about that. She takes way too many drugs. Well, it's as they say, you can't do anything with an underdose, the Mesk says with a philosophical look in his eyes. With an overdose, you can at least try to come off it. Take a bath, do breathing exercises, get medical attention as necessary. With an underdose, you're just you. Yeah, underdose isn't an actual word. Yeah, but I mean, she has an actual drug problem. Not like you, not like us. He glances at his beer. I don't think I've ever seen her sober. Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened? I already told you. He puts his giant face in his hands and sighs. We fucking hanged him. There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, are growing increasingly silent. Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. He taps on his notebook. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just... You know what? He gets closer. I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus says, fuck off. He throws his beer can down. This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits. That lying, scamming... We're done. This is over, you understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah, there is a silence in the room. Elaine starts saying something, then thinks best not to. On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it. What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. He looks around. Bartender! 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union. Why don't we make it 40, huh? The man shouts from behind the counter. Why don't we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough. 100 beers, now we're talking. Glenn livens up. Hoppity hop, over here, cafeteria manager. The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be. Alright, sweet Jesus, please hit 83%. Come on, baby. Yeah, there we go. Convince Titus he's being manipulated? You know by now, Titus Hardy will never falter. One of his boys will. Fat Angus, the powerful guy, Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Clashid. It's about these men and Martinez, their district, their responsibility. Outside in the midday sun, ruins. The pavements are cracked and the benches peeling. Newspapers blow in the wind. That's it then. Case closed. Look around. We're going home, Kim. Huh? The lieutenant raises his brow. He'll get it. Go on. Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you. Got it. He takes out his notebook. Kill you because they don't like you. All because... Remember, it's about more than clashing, about these men and Martinet, their district, their responsibility. Because you work for the wrong people. Goddamn right, this is Uniontown. You work for the company. We will kill you. Fuck, Dennis, we don't kill you if you work for the company. Half the harbor works for the company. Work for the wrong company, he jots down, and they execute you. They just hang you, shoot you, whatever. They can't even remember. It wasn't that. It wasn't, the fat man says with a wheeze. We didn't shoot him. That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now going for the... Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up. The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm. Firearm, a Glace 08, or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's on to you. He knows what you're trying to do. Look at Kim first. The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod. What? What does that mean? What happens if I keep talking? You gonna kill me too in this bar for nothing? Do we try and get Angus to crack? Kim's watching our back. Here we go. We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when... He takes a breath, wheezing. Shut up, Angus! He was dead before you hanged him. Fatty! The little guy hits Angus on the back of the head, a loud slap. Say one more thing to the cops and I'll... Dennis! Titus roars. Stand down or I'll beat your head in. Theo, he points to the old man. Take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control. The room falls quiet. So quiet you can hear Angus wheeze. Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying. I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. He grabs his chest. I'm sorry. Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Lizzie snaps at him. Now it's all pointless because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. He turns to him. I told you just give her up. Lizzie. He turns to the fixer. Your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard. Fine, I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast. She walks off without looking back. You're in. He's all yours. Questions. Oh man, I don't have time for questions! Shit! So you didn't kill him. He was already dead. He nods. You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death, the bullet in his head. Another nod. Why? Because the girls asked us to. They were in some shit. Girls, plural. There's another girl. 2 of them. Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later. Did she kill him? Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. What happened Sunday night? Clashy came down. He points to the stairs. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. How did you know? I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario, only in reverse. Good analogy, boss, the rat-faced man snickers. You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. He points at him. You're still on the bench, and you keep taking it easy too, Angus. He turns back to you. That's okay with the fat man still wheezing there. He couldn't speak if he wanted to. What happened then? We went upstairs, sure as day the merc was dead, and there was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking... He scratches his chin. Dirty sheets and bottles everywhere. He means they'd been fucking? Tibbs patched the window and the corpse. We hanged. Who's Tibbs, the 8th Hardy? Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. If Klasha didn't kill him, why the cover-up? You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. I didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking about? The can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her from the old world, where she came from. These people? Who are they? They're powerful. He looks out the window. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your system, she'd be ghosted away. That's all he knows. That's all she told him. And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder? Why would I? He shrugs. I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. Oh, did we just get a, I'm not sure what, got deleted there. Oh, a bot. Cool. Fun times. Oh well. Let's see. So who killed the merc then? Any leads? Not yet, just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, below the window somewhere, so that's a clue. What are you thinking? I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his. Hers, you mean. I mean the people after Clashy. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her. I like that, the young guy nods. Been thinking the same thing myself. And you had ideas about his past too? I do. One of those mercenary buddies of his couldn't have done it, or could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood probably. Or it could have been someone else from Krenel. He pauses to think. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you. Whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers? In a manner of speaking. Remember the 2 girls? He may be talking about the other one. Earlier you said the girls asked for your help. Was this the other girl? That's right, he blinks. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message. It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker. The missing 8th Hardy. The big guy steps toward you. Fella, you think too much. Ease off, all right. You're gonna hurt your head. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her anyway. Understood. Can you tell me anything about her? Name, current location? Nope, he says. You're not getting to her. It's Classy you want to talk to. Thank you for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her for the last time. You do that. He grabs his beer and swirls it in his hand, then thinks of something. Hey, cop, before you go. Suddenly the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column. He looks up. Classia came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection, but you would still prefer if we didn't take her away? That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers. We'll take that into account. The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket. He turns to leave. Dude! Holy crap, that took a turn. Oh man, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. What do we have here? Oh, confront her with the Hardy story. So I wonder if, what's her name? Sylvie was the other woman that was part of this? Wonder if she has something to do with the murder. We will try and find out more tomorrow, guys. Yep, unfortunately, I have to sign off and get my workday started. Daisy says, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Kitty Stretch. Adorable Kitty Stretch. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for some more detective work. Thanks to Xanigare again for the 18 months resub. Much appreciated. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday. Stay safe out there, and hopefully we will see you back tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time as we continue the investigation in Disco Elysium. Have a great one, everybody. Bye.